So it's July 13th, and you can see today, I have some wrinkles under my eyes for the next, until I walk around the room. I'm going to walk around the room, now my wrinkles are going to disappear. Because I got evolutionary DNA and my telomeres are long. And you can see that the wrinkles are disappeared. They disappeared at that point. And so anyways, I don't like having wrinkles under my eyes when I shouldn't have wrinkles under my eyes. Who would want wrinkles under their eyes? So anyways, I'm going to make this little video and catch all these perpetrators. That's what I do. My name's Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. Let's see. So that's what, you're down with organized crime in the ground. So that would have a different ghost reading. And then, first of all, there's the brain-computer interface and neuroprosthetics. For the 5 incidences, less than 10 seconds, combined total storylines. There's and then here's thousands of hours for all those individuals. So that's pretty strange. So once again, wow. And then, so this is any new people that see this, just know that they can make those moves, and they wouldn't really want that one, because then they become part of that problem afterwards. But if they go with this one, they become this one. And then, so here is imposters of me. So inaction by the Canadian government. So that there's this, results in that. And then this is what I do. And here is how much my blood pressure fluctuated while I was at the hospital. And once again, my name's Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. And so this is how much money the government has spent. And remember, psychiatry is psychiatric. And then therapist, the rapist. Right, so they did this intentionally. So those are the people right there. So putting them in the ground for preying on the human mind with brain-computer interface. So let's see. So historically, the likelihood of these individuals that they would need to no longer be profiled, right? Because once again, look at the amount of money that people spend to make it that these people seem to be these type of problems. And the amount of covert sexual assaults against me per day historically. My name's Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. So that's the amount of sexual assaults that occur against my body with remote brain-computer interface and neuroprosthetics. So once again, new people, you want to go that method. So you get that method. You don't want to become this method because they're trying to recruit you and on different frequencies. So remember, those people, they never had any good intent for you ever. And then the amount of times the government makes reports, the amount of time the government makes me repeat myself per day for criminals. So right there equals, that's it for mankind, because this is what is the result of it for the world. People who are a threat to mankind's existence. All those links in the chain. Every one of these methods, ghost readings, there's links in the chain. And here we go. Here's an important one. Here's the Epstein files, links worldwide. Again, the most vulnerable at every moment in time going forward. It's July 13th, 2025 at approximately 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the likelihood of a Generation 1 survival over 10 years due to these metrics. So you can see it's very low. And that's what would be the result. So they can increase it by no longer selling those storylines, no longer doing that, and also for these people here, stop selling storylines against those individuals, links in the chain, and on all simulations, and people that are trying to evade their culpability, they need to end up here. So I'm just going to show you basically what brain-computer interface is. So a brain-computer interface is a system that allows direct communication between the brain and an external device, like a computer or a robotic limb, by translating the brain activity into commands. So an external device like a robotic limb, right? So that could be another human being as well, unfortunately. So I'll just show you the images. That's why all those circles I showed you, they have a different Gauss reading or Tesla reading. And you can see right here, there are some people that have suits like this, but nowadays with nanotechnology, it's you don't need to have a headset on that reads your electroencephalogram, like that's your brain waves. And so you don't need that. Like you're able to communicate by communication with nanotechnology. Unfortunately, it's very dangerous, and that's why all my directives need to be followed. Because officially, I'll just show you right here. This is once again, my name's Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. I'm a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. That's why I can recover. My body can recover because I have evolved human biology. So I'm the most capable human that ever lived. So this is what happens when they follow my directive. Right here, this one right there. This is I'll go scene. I'm writing this down. I'm keeping this paper for evidence. Scene Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. When they follow my directive, that's what happens, and then mankind's survivability goes up, right? Because in order for them to age me, I'm 47. I should look considerably younger, but in order for them to age me, they have to pollute the planet, right? And which is causing increased amount of cancer for your biology, just to hide a lie. And the fact of the matter is a simple X-ray will prove that I have a unique skeleton, right? And costs like let's see how much it costs in Michigan or Quebec for an X-ray. How much does it cost to get an X-ray done? An X-ray done. X-ray done. I didn't put it in Michigan. I didn't put in Michigan. It should be about $400. An X-ray can range from $50 to $1,000 or more. Let's see. In Michigan. See, the best thing about being Canadian is there's this fancy little thing called Nexus cards and passports, right? So, and the best thing about what I love about America is you could fly from Detroit to Las Vegas for probably $300, right? So I wouldn't have to get an X-ray done in Michigan where they would be anticipating my moves, if you get my drift. Because I like to flank and inflate and counter envelop. So this has taken a long time. So you can see here at the top, those bars there. Once I said that at the top, as soon as I said at the top, the bars went down. So it's shown that I have LTE, which is the best possible internet that you could have in 2025. So they're trying to hide it. So let's see, I'm going to take a screenshot once it goes up here. Because, here's the perpetrator right there. Links in the chain. Right, so I just showed subliminal. So once again, if showing the psyche of all the people, for the new people that might tune in and see this, showing the psyche of all the evil long-term people. Right, so if they're disgusted, their angst would cause medical conditions in them. And so utilizing any pharmacology or any substances in their blood. Once again, it's showing that I have 3 bars. When I took the screenshot, 3 bars, and it's not even loading the website. So anyways, it's kind of redundant. Less than $1,000. I have more than $1,000 in my bank account right now, so I'd easily use it to get an X-ray to prove that I have evolved biology. Then I got to sue the Canadian government. So how much How much does it cost to get an X-ray done in Quebec? Wow, I can pay to get them done in Quebec as well. Because I've I'm at the Sioux Area Hospital, so you can watch my video about schizoaffective disorder and bipolar type 1, and you can see I don't have any delusions. I showed you psyche and subliminal, like all that's going on, and so I am thinking linearly, and so that proves that I have organized thoughts. So that kind of kiboshes the schizoaffective disorder diagnosis, and being bipolar means that you have extremely highs or extremely low moments. And well, they do have a loophole saying irritability, but when you're being held against your will in a hospital, you're going to be irritable. So that kind of refutes and crushes the bipolar type 1 diagnosis for myself, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. So once again, so I'll just show you here since it's taken a long time. So it costs the standard X-rays card by, provided you have a valid and a medical prescription. This means that most people, there's no out-of-pocket expense for. How much does it cost without a prescription? Just because I want a second opinion. Well, opinion was it. Well, option kind of works too. So let's see. You mean sarcastic, like Smarticus? Who's the Greek god of sarcasm? Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, the man that could alter his voice. Slow internet, like it's not 2025. So once again, here's my non-organic. There's my sister Nicole Lily Myers Diggins gravesite, and there's my brother's Barry John Diggins Jr.'s gravesite. Here's my dad's gravesite, Barry John Diggins Sr., and Bridget Woola Myers gravesite. So these people are dead. Okay, so CT scan in Quebec could vary, but generally it ranges from 3 to 700, depending on the type of scan and whether contrast is used. For example, a CT scan of abdomen with contrast may cost around, but the pelvis, some facilities offer price-ins of body parts for scans and with or without contrast. Okay, so let's see. What does the contrast do in the CT scan? Contrast do in a CT scan. I imagine it illuminates, but I just want to see. Because using deductive logic, contrast would mean that it would be contrasting or a different color than the background. So let's see. Smarticus, we like it when you chop our asses, people are thinking. When you chafe somebody's ass is mean when you cause so much friction when you hurt them right in the feels. So once again, this is taking incredibly long time, so I'm gonna take a screenshot, incriminate everybody hijacking my phone. And right as you can see when I took the screenshot, so I'm gonna have proof of that. And there, back up. So since I went to take a screenshot, they lowered my internet connectivity. It's like the cell phone tower moves even though I'm sitting in a chair. And I'm not on the Wi-Fi network at the hospital. I'm using my mobile data. So for the tech department to access my phone and like illegally, that's pretty strange. Okay, so let's see. This is taking a long time. This once again 3 bars of LTE. So that's basically, you should be able to upload about a megabyte per second. Right, so it should take a website to open instantly, like in milliseconds. like a nanosecond, it should have opened. Okay, so contrast, the material, usually liquid containing iodine, enhances the visibility of certain tissues and structures, making them easier to see on the skin. Wow! And it helps to distinguish between the different types of tissues, highlight blood vessels, and improve overall clarity. This is particularly helpful when examining organs, blood vessels, and soft tissues. Fantastical. So I guess I'm going to get a CAT scan, a CT scan, because a CT scan, that's a computer tomography scan, is it's going to show that I have different organ shapes, right? But the CT scan, so how are they going to say that I'm not a different species when I show different organ shapes with the CT scan? Right. So once again, it's privatized healthcare in the States, right? So I could go to either Quebec, which is Canadian, or I could get a Nexus card. And the thing is, they like to keep me in the hospital. So the longer they keep me in the hospital, the more money I'm going to have for testing.